Time for throwback. Oh, doesn't that scream just put a smile on your face? Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's me, Blake316, here with a review of an old game. Not too old, but it's old. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty Ghost on the Xbox 360. Now, yes, this game has backwards compatibility where you can play it on your Xbox One. I believe it was released on the PlayStation 4, but we're playing it on the Xbox 360, and more importantly, we're playing it in the year 2020. And this is a review. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this game, but majority pretty much stays the same. People pretty much say that this is a bad Call of Duty game. A lot of people say it's even the worst Call of Duty game of all time. And we're going to see how it holds up in 2020. Now, me recently, locked in the house, quarantine, ain't going nowhere. So guess what? Playing some backlog games. And believe it or not, I never finished this game. So I started a new campaign, went on a veteran difficulty, of course, because you know when you're the best Call of Duty Black Ops player in the world, what other difficulty would you play on, bruh? Like, if you're not playing on veteran, don't even talk to me about Call of Duty. But anyway, I digress. I want to start off by telling you this. For starters, Call of Duty Ghost is by far the easiest Call of Duty campaign to beat on veteran. For some reason, it was a breeze. Now, the campaign is very short. It ranges from 4 to 6 hours depending on the difficulty you do play on. For example, if you play on regular or normal, yeah, it's going to be a really quick campaign. If you do 6 hours, you're going to die a little. But bruh, the campaign was super easy. And there's a few things that I noticed in this campaign that I actually kind of appreciated compared to the previous campaigns, such as like Modern Warfare 2 or the first Modern Warfare. For example, your allies actually help you kill people. They're just not a waste of space. I can kind of stand still and my allies would kill some people. And that's definitely a reason why the campaign is easy. Another reason why the campaign is easy is that there's not an infinite respawn of enemies. Meaning, if I don't progress, I don't move forward on the stage. If there's 6 enemies, I kill 6 enemies, it's done. The game is telling me to move on. But if you play like Call of Duty 4, you sit in one spot, the enemies will just keep coming. They will keep coming. 2 hours later, they keep coming. Pause, by the way. But yeah, it's definitely the easier game to beat on veteran. Also, this game is how old? Like, it's 6, maybe 7 years old. I'm gonna go to multiplayer real quick. I'm gonna show you guys something really interesting. The game is actually still active. It's kind of funny. I went on some recent Xbox One games that I won't announce, and the online multiplayer is completely dead. But when I go on an Xbox 360 game, a Call of Duty Ghost game, check this out. Let me go on to my online profile real quick. And peep this. Players online. If you can see, it actually says, wait till it officially fetches online profile. But right now it says 708 people online. Is that like a ridiculous amount of people? No, but guess what? It's an old-ass Call of Duty game that a lot of people say it's the worst one of all time. By the way, they give you a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare game, which is, in my opinion, the worst Call of Duty game of all time. But yeah, so they even try to sell me DLC. But there's 708 people online right now. Like, there's people still playing this game. And I'm going to start off by talking about the multiplayer. I did play some games, for example, Team Deathmatch. It's not even hard to get a match. The controls in this game, they're so slow and like junky and clunky, I mean, compared to the new Call of Duty games. Like, you'll go play the new Modern Warfare and play this. You'll really appreciate the upgrades that were made in the new games. This game, this was before the wall running and the jetpacks like in Advanced Warfare. But even so, this is not better than Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. It's too slow. It's stiff. The guns give you no feedback. This game, as far as like team deathmatch style games, yes, it's definitely one of the worst Call of Duty games. It does not live up to the new ones, for example. Not even close. Like, I'm going to show you some gameplay. When I go to run, it's so slow. It's so slow. It's like, if I had nothing else to play, yeah, I guess I would play this, but it's not a good Call of Duty game. Another thing that shows that it's not as I just died because something distracted me. Trust me, that was a fluke because you know I'm the best Call of Duty player in the world. But yeah, it doesn't really have like the good perks or anything. Visually, I mean, the game holds up pretty well. Yes, there's some parts in the game where the graphics do suffer, but keep in mind this is an Xbox 360 game. But at the same time, it actually holds up pretty well. And I don't know if that's a knock against the recent games. By the way, I'm talking and playing at the same time. Against the new generation where, man, maybe it wasn't a huge graphical leap between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 or the PS3 or the PS4. But yeah, visually the game it holds up pretty well. Like, I wouldn't mind playing it, but like, oh man, this game it looks so bad I can't play it. Like a lot of people, you've got a camper. There's campers still in the game, by the way. Hey, what do you know? But anyway, let's talk about the campaign. That's what a lot of people say it's the worst Call of Duty game of all time. Now, I'm not even gonna knock the short, length of the campaign from 4 to 6 hours. I'm going to talk about the major issues in the campaign, which I can honestly say are good, valid reasons to say why this game might suck and why it probably is the worst Call of Duty game of all time. Now, I'm comparing this, to my opinion, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and probably Black Ops 3. In my opinion, those three are some of the worst Call of Duty games. And is Call of Duty Ghost in that category? Well, playing the campaign, you start off in a mission where pretty much you're in outer space, shooting the bad guys. Yes, I repeat, and I remember this, and a lot of you guys might remember this as well. You're in outer space, shooting the bad guys. Since when can you shoot a gun in zero gravity? Somebody tell me that, please, as I got killed by another camper. Like, does that make any sense? So, right off the bat, first stage in the campaign, the realism is thrown out the window. I'm shooting in outer space, people. Now, let's go to the next stage. And this is something that I hated when I originally played the game, and it kind of reminded me. This game introduced like a dog mechanic, Riley, who basically you can control Riley to attack the enemy. Now, let's get this straight. When would I send a dog in war to attack somebody? When would I send a dog in war as a weapon? Let's be honest. In a real war, the dog would be dead instantly. Like, if I see a dog coming, I'm going to shoot the dog. Dog is dead. In this game, it's like, no, the dog is actually a viable weapon. In the first 2 or 3 missions, you're going to use the dog to try to kill people. And it's just like, wow, that's really bad. Another thing with the dog, and yeah, there might be spoilers, but guess what? If you ain't played this game, oh well, bro. There's a mission in the game where the dog gets shot. It's your responsibility to carry the dog as people are trying to kill you and try to survive and save the dog. Bruh, the dog is dead. There's a war going on. What is more valuable, my life or the dog right now? Like, yeah, I love animals. I really love animals. But if somebody's trying to shoot me with an M16 or whatever type of gun, the dog is I'm gonna leave the dog behind, bruh. Like, another thing with the campaign is very slow paced. To the point where it's like, playing previous Call of Duties at the time, whether it was Black Ops, whether it was Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, really fast-paced missions. This Call of Duty has a lot of stealth missions, a lot of times in the game where it's just literally no action, and it's just like, all right, I already said that my teammates are killing everyone. I can kind of just walk through the missions and not worry half about killing anything because there's nothing going on. There is a lot of stealthy missions in this game. And then, another part in the game that was absolutely ridiculous. First, they were shooting in outer space, but then there's levels, numerous levels, where you go underwater and you're shooting your guns underwater at people. Like, give me a break. First, you're shooting as another camper, bro. Look at this. By the way, I'm not really focusing on the gameplay. There was a game level where I'm shooting a gun underwater. So I can shoot in zero gravity, and now my bullets can travel underwater. Give me a break. They're like, and this is why people are saying this is like one of the worst Call of Duty games. And to end the game, I go back into outer space, not in a space shuttle this time, literally outer space. And I am killing people in outer space. Like, how does that work? Granted, there were some good levels, like the baseball stadium, I believe it was. The casino was pretty cool, but there were so many stealth missions, whether it was the jungle and all this other type of stuff. The game was really not... And look, there's a dog! There's a dog! I killed the dog! Like, dogs are not realistic in war, bro! Like, where do they use dogs in war? As I just panic knifed! Oh my god! But yo, as far as the game, is it a good Call of Duty game to play? I mean, yeah, just play it if you like the series, but don't expect nothing good. It's definitely... probably, arguably, my opinion, the top 3 worst Call of Duties of all time, ranked with World at War and Advanced Warfare. But I was really curious to see how it holds up. Visually, the game still sucks. Multiplayer, it's not bad. But anyway, it's me, Blake316, playing a little Call of Duty Ghost in the year 2020. Taking it back, throwing it back, showing you this terrible gameplay. Like I said, I ain't really paying attention. Because if you know who I am, you already know I'm the best Call of Duty player in the world! Don't get me started. But anyway, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you follow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Oh, but by the way, this game also has some pretty additional modes like zombies and all that other stuff that are pretty good. But anyway, the campaign sucks. And the campaign is meh. Anyway, peace.